successful teacher, I believe, continuously fosters students' creativity through their own curiosity. Active learning approaches will help trigger students' curiosity via multimedia assessment tasks and innovative group work. In 24 frames, students learn how to create and engage with short films and film posters to communicate their own ideas using new media. Through different peer reviews and feedback loops called Cinema Intensive Care Units, or short CICUs, they are able to test and train their visual and technical skills to become effective visual communicators. Due to the large class sizes, we are currently testing innovative group work in the experimental faculty interdisciplinary courses. Through a variety of sharing platforms that allow the students to learn from each other's work, they are becoming more curious about knowledge and life beyond their chosen disciplines. I'm actively promoting my students' work locally and globally, including at exhibitions, film screening events, and also in a recent TED Talk about my current research on urban leftovers. Ultimately, the Early Career Teaching Award allows me to develop my pedagogical creative impact, as I'm always excited to engage with students from diverse disciplinary backgrounds and help them to move towards collective learning outcomes and cinematic experiments.
And just like an orchestra conductor who integrates the strengths of every musician for a musical piece, I integrate the strength and voice of students for teaching and learning. I'm especially passionate about advocating student-educator partnerships in teaching and learning. When e-learning became more prominent in MBBS, students faced many learning challenges. So, I partnered with students to co-develop solutions to the challenges we encountered. We redesigned the online learning environment, and among many outcomes, some include gamified learning, active learning workshops which are collaborative and put knowledge into practice, and online forums that fostered a mutually supportive learning environment. On top of the improvement in program quality, I was thrilled to see that student co-designers develop a deeper understanding of learning and stronger relationships with the faculty. From this success, I was awarded a teaching development grant to formalize student-educator partnerships at the faculty level. And in the same way, an orchestra conductor sees the big picture of a musical piece from beginning to end, I envision that my journey as an educator will bring long-lasting outcomes and will groom students to become agents of positive change.
As an educator, I seek to attract, inspire, and empower students to think critically about international politics. Thanks to the tremendous support from my professors more than a decade ago, my own undergraduate research experience grew into one of the largest and most widely used repositories of Chinese global development finance projects. That experience reshaped how I understand the relationship between teaching, research, and learning today in my own role as a teacher. In my field, most topics focus heavily on macro-level issues, and it's easy for students to feel powerless over outcomes in the real world. My teaching philosophy challenges this tendency and combines high-caliber engagement and research-oriented teaching to academically empower students. For instance, I help students by connecting abstract theories to real-world current events. And I encourage my students to learn to think in terms of puzzles, noting observations in the real world that do not fit in earlier theories' predictions, or learning to make sense of unexplained variation across different cases. Compared to similar courses, my syllabi also feature cutting-edge, unpublished research papers that place students at the frontier of the discipline and push them to think more critically, rather than simply accept or memorize pre-existing arguments and findings. And of course, like my own mentors, I am a passionate advocate for undergraduate research, either through directly involving students in research collaboration or by supporting their pursuit of professional opportunities.
I like teaching students with real-life problems. Instead of teaching a specific technique, my students are required to prepare before coming to class to practice, for which I will foster their higher-level thinking by adding complex simulator scenarios, in addition to an explanation of underpinning theories of the topic concerned. The importance of teamwork skills and experiential learning can never be overemphasized. This is reflected in my service learning project during the enrichment year of our flagship medical program. In public health leadership, a team of medical students learned about health administration in Yunnan, China. For one academic year, they developed medical leadership as well as personal growth through hands-on project management and reflective practice. I believe there is a great need for doctors to become more visible within the framework of our society. As a medical teacher and a practicing emergency physician, I am committed to guiding students towards this goal.